Ladies and gentlemen, you are so lucky to be here tonight because, thanks everybody, because my first guest is one of the funniest people I have ever had the pleasure to call my boss. Please welcome Dana Carvey.
Thank you.
Hey.
Good gosh.
Nice to see you.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to see you.
I'm still talking in that other voice. I got John Bolton.
Yeah, I'm worried about him, man.
Bolton.
Yeah.
Keep 'em doggy rolling, bull high. Cook 'em up, better let. I'm just feeding from the energy from before.
I like it. Hey, when you see somebody like John Bolton appear on the national scene, do you go, "Oh, what a lovely character"? Like, let me at him.
Well, you know, we took some liberties. I mean, the mustache was great. But mostly when he's on, he's got the news talk. Well, and he says crazy things, but he acts very calm. I believe it's a wonderful thing when a nuclear weapon gets out of its tight silo and has a throbbing, aggressive trajectory toward another country. And you're like, what? You know, so, you know, I think there are many countries we have to be worried about in terms of threats: Canada, France, Norway, Hawaii. Like, what? Hawaii, well, they could become a nation state and develop nukes. So, but what I'm always looking for is the exaggeration point.
Sure.
So when you're going from that, and then you're kind of a little, like that.
Well, that's
like
what you
an
taught
animal.
me when I worked for you on the Dana Carvey Show. You said, don't worry if it sounds like the person.
No, never worry. And you always found a hook. Can you do your angry Gregory Peck for the people over 50?
Sure, I'll try.
We threw so many things at Stephen. You came in as a sketch player and a writer.
Yeah.
But you didn't fancy yourself.
I did not do impressions.
But you nailed Geraldo Rivera.
Oh, well, it's funny you should bring that up because I remember
yes.
it was during the OJ trial that this was going on.
Yes, I did Kato Kalin.
You did Kato Kalin.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that so the Dana Carvey Show was in winter into spring of 1996.
Basically, it was a show that went phew and it was gone. And then there were cactus.
But kind of a legendary. It was a murderer's row up there. It was you. It was Robert Smigel. It was Louis C.K. It was Steve Carell. It was me.
Stephen Colbert.
Charlie Kaufman.
Yeah.
Dina Stamatopoulos. Robert Carlock, who created 30 Rock with
Heather
Tina
Morgan, Bill Cott,
Heather Morgan. Amazing group of people. And
freaky.
And so we're the Carvey, the whatchamacallit, the OJ trial is going on.
And so we asked
I find out the night before, they're like, hey, Dana can't find a hook for Geraldo. You do it.
Well, I thought I was doing Kato, which was basically Garth with a little bit more energy.
So this is me as Geraldo, and you is Kato Kalin. Kato, my friend.
I heard a thump. And then OJ was sweating. I remember. What? Yeah, you handled it well.
Well, thank you. But I have to thank you for hiring me for that show, because I can draw a direct line from you hiring me for that show and being right here. Because all jobs I got, all work. It's absolutely true.
I like to think that's true. I don't fancy myself a talent scout, but we did look at 300 people, and pretty soon, over time, we kept looking at the two Steves. I think I nicknamed you, even though it was Stephen and Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert, when you guys were really unknown. I mean, nobodies.
No, we could not get arrested.
But with outsized talent.
Yeah, so that's
crazy talent.
That's me and Carell on your show.
Yes.
This was
that was
waiters who were nauseated by food.
Right. Well, we did a lot of presentational comedy, so the Chiron would come up and say, and now presenting waiters who are nauseated by food.
Germans who say nice things.
Germans who say nice things.
Skinheads from Maine.
Skinheads from Maine. Do you remember skinheads from Maine? it can't air, and we can't even really talk about it any further, but just use your imagination. It's the Pepperidge Farm voice, because I used to go around doing Pepperidge Farm, flaky, fresh things, you know, and I thought it'd be funny to have that guy be a skinhead.
Exactly.
And then you came in with this crazy, weird To Kill a Mockingbird vibe.
Yeah.
Remember, you would look up and just, like at the ceiling, and just go right up. What was your hook? Up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
What are you doing? Carving a hate stick to beat Spaniards. You see? Why were we canceled?
Why?
Why on earth?
Why? I don't get it. I knew when they weren't trying to rein us in, it didn't seem right. I said, "You want us to?"
Was there anything they said don't do?
No, and I thought, you know, when a show's lost faith, they're like, "Should we do anything different? Tame it down?" Oh no, do whatever you want.
Now, this was ABC had bought Disney not that long before, right?
We were an insane late-night show in prime time after Home Improvement.
Which was the friendliest,
family,
softest.
Like a puppy,
yeah, exactly. A puppy filled with marshmallows.
Yes, exactly.
And the very first, just for people who've forgotten, because it's legendary at this point.
The very first sketch, we had Bill Clinton breastfeeding these puppies.
And of course, if you're going to have Bill Clinton with multiple teats down his chest, it's very important that they what?
Well, that they lactate.
Yes. That actual milk.
Right.
There were puppeteers behind you with bulbs of milk.
Yes. Right. We just didn't know. We'd banked the sketch a month before, and then it was a big, like, should we start with that or Oliver Stone covers the Revolutionary War?
Yes.
Where I played Banderas, Smigel played Al Pacino as George Washington.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we've got to get some British soldiers. You know, we almost led with that. We did Clinton Teats, and then they showed me the analytics. We were at 16 million viewers. 3 minutes later, we were at 800,000.
Because you can see the minute by minute.
You can see the minute by minute. Just, we lost 15 million people in 2.5 minutes.
Just wiped out our audience faster than Columbus did the Indians. Just gone. Just genocide.
You and Steve had never been on a TV show, so you come in eager the next day. How's the show going?
You came into our office and said,
I know.
I'm so sorry I've ruined your career.
Yes, I did.
You said you guys should have been hired for SNL. You'll never work again. I'll do my best to make sure you get a job.
But I did say to you that if talent is a cake and your likability, I said, I've seen it happen to Mike Myers, Adam Sandler, and I knew that you and Steve had all the ingredients. I told you that, to be successful. Mm-hmm. But I never thought you'd get this big. I set myself up. It's a joke.
You're welcome.
Yeah. He's a rare combination of a writer, performer, and likable.
I tell you, I knew when we were canceled. Okay, and I've told this to everybody who's ever worked on a show who's trying to figure out whether the show's going to last.
You know.
It was me and Carell and a guy named Dino Stamatopoulos, who's a wonderful writer and performer, who we went over to the snack area. Where they have all the snacks, because they never want the writers to ever leave the building, because you always have to be generating material.
They feed you in the trough.
Exactly. And so I went over and I opened up the snack drawer, which is just packed with everything. You got Twizzlers and Skittles and chocolate chips and live chickens, everything you possibly want.
Loaded.
We opened it up, and there was one Nature Valley granola bar.
That was it.
And Dino, who had worked more than we had, said, "Oh, we're canceled." They don't care if we leave or not.
But we made history, man.
We sure did.
Thumbed our nose at the powers that be. Noble failures, going broke. Yeah.
Well,
we did fine.
There's a documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Josh
Greenbaum
was
a Cornell film student, has done all these documentaries, become possessed by this crazy blip of a show. Because
people always wondered about the show because it had such an incredible group of people on it, and then it just evaporated in just a hail of blood.
And a hail of stardom, actually. So it's sort of a unique story. And so Hulu, it's on Hulu. It's a documentary
it's called
about
Too Funny to Fail. Too Funny to Fail, the life and death of the Dana Carvey Show.
Yes, but they're getting the inside scoop right now. We were going downtown, deep.
Oh, yeah, this is even deeper than you'll get
you're not going to get the snack bar story on the documentary.
No. I want to share with you I did really need the job. I was a desperate man. I was unemployed. My wife was unemployed. We just had a baby. I was living in Chicago.
Yes, I remember.
I had no safety net. I didn't know what I was going to do.
Scary.
Then I heard a guy named Dave Koechner, who you guys probably know. He's a wonderful comic actor. Whammy from the Ron Burgundy movies.
Right.
And he said to me, we were doing a set at a place called Shuba's in Chicago, and he said, Robert Smigel, the executive producer,
right,
he's looking for you. I'm like, what the does that mean? He's looking for me. He knows where I live, whatever.
He told me about you.
And so you guys allowed me to send a tape from Chicago.
Yes, I remember the tape.
Yeah, well, we have a little clip here. I was really desperate for a job.
This is desperation.
You guys like sent me a sketch or something, and I didn't know what to do with it. I did a couple of characters. And then I had my daughter with me, who at the time was 3 months old, and I didn't know what to do, so I just started using her as a puppet.
Yeah.
And I was so desperate, that I just went with my actual feelings and tried to make comedy out of my desperation.
Oh,
this is the audition tape that Dana saw of me.
I promised myself I wouldn't do this. It's not fair. I don't know how we're gonna feed her, or clothe, or give her what we had. Why am I an actor? My brothers are lawyers.
True story.
Oh man. Oh. No, it was
true story.
It was a very specific choice. It's hard to do a good cry, like real, but make it funny. So could we see just a dash of that right now?
Why?
Because normally I do this thing where I'm trying to hold back. I just don't even. No, everything I do seems like Garth right now on the monitor.
Well, if you
40, 50, 60. They know.
I just want to go over a couple of sketches that we did. These two sketches you can actually find on Hulu now, but they were never broadcast.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, we banked some that
that we shot them and then they canceled us.
Yes.
Okay. This was one. This was This Week with David Brinkley.
Right.
On the Great American Scream Machine, which we shot out at Great America here in New Jersey.
Yes, comedy acting on a roller coaster.
One take with a camera on the front, no cuts.
Sub-freezing, in which roller coaster tracks can get sticky.
Yeah.
Which I knew, and I didn't tell you guys. Who was the scared guy? Was it Carell or Smigel?
And it was Carell. And it was the morning, early morning on a Saturday before they let the crowds in, or something
you're
like
just
that.
going upside down, and I was George
we're doing
Will.
impressions. You're George Will. I'm David Brinkley, and here we go.
With me, as usual, are George Will, Sam Donaldson, and Cokie Robert. George, with the Japanese making an economic comeback, is there pressure to put the protectionism of Buchanan on the platform?
David, I think it's unfair to criticize the message because you don't like the messenger. This is not unlike a first baseman not liking, oh my God,
But look at Brinkley. What we do for comedy.
Never broadcast.
Never aired.
Never made it to air. Never made it to air.
I know.
Never got a dinner.
Then.
Okay.
So many choices.
I'm so exhausted. Just remembering
Just from
this.
That
We tried so hard.
And around.
Yeah,
and
we did multiple takes of that, and you throw up as George Will.
I had a bag of pretend vomit, and then before I'd go like that and go on the thing and Oh, it was delightful. I wonder why they didn't air it.
This was another piece.
What's this?
Can we show another piece of tape?
Yeah.
Do we have time for that?
But what is it? My show? Let's do it.
Just ask that guy
show
over there.
the freaking tape. The boss says show it.
So you're always when you're writing sketch. You're always like, it's so hungry. Sketch is so hungry. You're constantly consuming premises.
Yes.
All the time.
Yeah,
and I was Louis C.K. was the head writer, and I was sitting in Louis' office while you guys were working on a sketch about I don't know what, Ross Perot or
Probably
something
Ross
like
Perot.
that.
Can I finish on time? Can I finish on time? Again, just a great sound.
Yes.
Can I finish on time? Can I finish on time? You're not finishing. I mean, it's still fun to do.
Little John Bolton there.
Oh, little John Bolton.
Little John Bolton goes in there. Oh, before we go to that, how do you put an impression together? Like, do you go like, I want to sound like that guy? Because I've heard that you put people together, like you combine.
Right. I mean,
people.
I don't try to be accurate, but what I did do with Trump, I started with.
Well, you have a Trump. I didn't know you had a Trump.
But it's an exaggerated one. I started with Regis because Trump has that rhythm. And I remember Regis. I'm out of control. Anyway, Gelman's over there. He's crazy. Could Regis get a biscuit over here? So I knew that had sort of a rhythm, but I knew there was something else. So I went to Brando, Marlon Brando for you seniors. And it was like this, can I help you, my son? And he has a bit of Trump. Regis is over here, and I moved back over, and I had Donald Trump right here, okay? I'm not tired, I can't take it. And then I added recently out of boredom, William Shatner. I can't know what I'm doing, I can't do it. I just am still fascinated by a guy who talks like that,
Yeah.
So sad. Many people, excuse me, that I can tell you, many people, so sad, excuse me, many people. I know, a lot of people, really, okay. And then, it's just rhythms.
Sure. At a certain level, nothing like him, but exactly like him.
Exactly. I've gotten used to it, but if Obama had said that stuff, it would have scared the hell out of me. Like he goes, we got holes, okay, total holes. Obama wouldn't talk like that. He'd be like, point of fact, in Port-au-Prince, there's not a whole lot of indoor plumbing. I do one more?
Sure.
Little rocket man, tiny little rocket man, okay? The reason we call you Little Rocket Man is because you're short of stature and you have a propensity to launch projectiles into the air. That's a natural kind of joking, Thank you.
I'm not worthy.
No.
I'm not worthy.
Remember, Regis, Brando,
I'm writing it all down.
and Shatner.
I'm writing it all down.
That's the cake for you kids out there.
I want to show you my favorite sketch that we did on your show, on the Dana Carvey Show.
Which you wrote, I'm going to say.
Well, this is what happened, is that I saw this many years, the story behind this is that I saw, we were in the CBS Broadcast Center, even though it was an ABC show, which is a whole other story. And I was watching, I thought the news, but in fact it was just the feed from the CBS news desk where Dan Rather was still the host, the anchor of the desk, and he starts doing Ronald Reagan's obituary.
Yes.
And so I run into the writer's room where you guys are working on the Ross Perot thing. I say, hey, Reagan died. And you guys went, oh, okay, thanks. And you went back to your sketch. Because you guys were busy.
Yeah, we were busy.
You were busy.
Okay.
And so then I go back to his office to go, oh, God, I got to find out how he died. And Rather's still there. And he goes like,
practicing different scenarios.
let me try it again. And he's doing it with a slightly different tone. He's wearing seasonal neutral.
So in case it's in a spring or fall.
He's just banking the obituary for Ronald Reagan. So I said to Robert, like, what if we did it for, because he has to do it for, what if he had to do every scenario? Instead of being general, what if he was incredibly specific and had to do every possible way a man could die?
To be covered.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we chose Ford, who seemed less likely to die at the time. And this is a bite of the middle of Gerald Ford having to do every possible way. Again, wasn't broadcast. Eventually, it was done on SNL.
Yes, it wasn't broadcast. We did it on SNL, and it killed for a sketch that's very quiet and sophisticated. It just got huge laughs.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What are you saying?
Very.
Oh, Brokaw.
Oh, I trotted out my Tom Brokaw impression.
So this is Tom Brokaw saying how Gerald Ford's died in the most specific ways because he has to say all of them. Jim?
Gerald Ford dead today from an overdose of crack cocaine.
Good. Next.
All right. Stunning news from Michigan as former President Gerald Ford was chopped into little bits by the propeller of a commuter plane.
Very good. One take.
All right, we got it?
No, we got eaten by wolves.
What? No, come on.
Just read it, please, Tom.
Gerald Ford isn't going to be eaten by wolves.
Taft was.
Really? Taft?
Yeah.
All right. tragedy today as former President Gerald Ford was eaten by wolves. He was delicious.
Oh, wow. Oh, that was one of your best sketches. One of your best.
Yeah. Thank you for this job. Thank you for show business.
You would have made it anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Stephen
the man
Colbert.
is funny with the sound off. Too Funny to Fail is on
Stephen
Hulu.
Colbert.
Dana Carvey, everybody. We'll be right back.